Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation. This presentation will be delivered by the third group with the presenter. They are Rahmadina Luscyana, Raihan Akbar Fadila, Raihan Putra Subagja, and Raihan Syah Bustami Harahap. This presentation will be discussing about reason clause. With the main topic, they are first, definition of clause, second, definition of reason clause, third, types of reason clause, and fourth, examples of reason clause. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let's start our presentation today. The first topic is, what is a clause? A clause, like a phrase, is a group of words. But unlike a phrase, a clause is pretty complete. A clause is a group of words containing a subject and predicate and functioning as a member of a complex or compound sentence. It contains only one subject and one verb. The subject of a clause can be mentioned or hidden, but the verb must be apparent and distinguishable. So here we have some examples of clause. First, I graduated last year. The sentence contains one clause. The second, when I came here, I saw him. The sentence contains two clauses. And the third, when I came here, I saw him and he greeted me. The sentence contains three clauses because it contains of three subject and three predicate. So now we jump up to the types of clauses. First, independent clause. It functions on its own to make a meaningful sentence and looks much like a regular sentence. In a sentence, two independent clauses can be connected by the coordinators like and, but, so, or, nor, for, or yet. For example, I want to buy a phone, but I don't have enough money. The sentence contains two independent clauses. Here, independent clauses don't depend on any other construction to complete the idea or forms a sentence because they can stand up themselves. And the second one is dependent clause. On the other hand, this clause cannot function on its own because it leaves an idea or thought unfinished. It is also called a subordinate clause. This helps the independent clause complete the sentence, but alone, it cannot form a complete sentence. For example, we have first, when I was dating Dana, I had an accident. And the second, I know the man who stole the watch.
Topic 2. Definition of reason clause. A reason clause is a type of subordinate clause that explains why the action in the main clause occurs. It begins with a subordinating conjunction such as because, since, as, or due to, and is followed by a subject and a verb. For example, in the sentence, I stayed home because I was feeling sick. Because I was feeling sick is the reason clause, and it explains why I stayed home in the main clause when using reason clause. It's important to remember to use appropriate subordinating conjunction and to make sure the subject and verb in the reason clause agree with each other. Here are some examples of reason clauses with subordinating conjunction. First, because he was tired, he went to bed early. Second, since it was raining, they decided to stay inside. Third, as I was walking to the store, I saw my friend. Fourth, due to the fact that she had to work, she couldn't come to party. 5. Owing to the fact that he was injured, he couldn't play in the game. In each of these examples, the reason clause explains why the action in the main clause occurs. The subordinating conjunction used to introduce the reason clause include because, since, as, due to fact, owing to the fact.
Thank you for your time. Next topic is the type and examples of written clause. The first point is we can begin a clause to give reason with these words. The first example is, as it was getting darker, I decided I should go home. And the second example is, we must be near the highway because I can hear the sound of cars passing by. Remember that the reason clause is followed by the words as, since, because, and so. And for we add another examples. You can begin a sentence with because everything looked different, I had no idea where to go. Another example, so. The word so is also commonly used to express the same meaning. For example, my mother's arrived, so I won't be able to meet you on Thursday after all. And the next example, we use word since. Since he was going to be living in Sweden for some time, he thought he should read something about the country. And word since and this sentence, we can use this in the formal sentence. We can use this in the formal circumstances instead of informal circumstances and or informal sentences.
And the next one is, we could go and visit Sue, seeing that we have to drive past her house anyway. Seeing that is used in informal English. Some people also use seeing as in informal speech. And the next one is example for in that, in as much as formal. Number one is, we must begin planning now, for the future may bring unexpected changes. Number two, the film is unusual in that there are only 4 actors in it. Number three, Clara and I have quiet and easy life, inasmuch as neither of us has to work too hard, but we earn quite a lot of money. And the next one, the example of because of, due to, owing to. Number one, because of is used before a noun or noun phrase. We won't be able to come because of the bad weather. Number two, due to. She was unable to run due to a leg injury. Number three, owing to. Not after the verb be. We have less money to spend owing to budget cuts. Okay guys, finally we have reached the end of our presentation. Thank you for your listening. May all those we have shared be beneficial for all of us. Thank you so much for your attention.